9:23 on the Morning X here, and new data shows small businesses are struggling to hire due to skill gaps. And according to recent research from Robert Half, 42% say that today's skills gap is the top barrier to achieving your strategic goals. So how do you reach them? We've got a good friend right here, Ryan McCarty, who's a workplace expert. So why are small and some of these mid-sized businesses having such a hard time finding the right roles to fill? There's plenty of jobs out there. Aren't there plenty of people who want to work?
You would think, but I appreciate you guys having me as always.
Always good to have you on.
You know, small businesses are facing a tough challenge right now. It's historically very hard, you know, compared to the historical average about hiring some of these small companies that are hiring. And it's not just about hiring the people, it's about hiring the right people.
That's the problem. It seems like does nobody want to work? I feel like there's so many jobs out there. We see them posted all the time, but yet you hear about people who can't find a good job. When there are some great ones out there, what's the difference between a smaller employer trying to find the right person and a bigger? Are they both looking at the same problems?
It's a great question. And why is it so hard for small companies to hire? I think you got to think about two things. One is the unemployment rate is still really low. And then, like you said, there's a bridge skills gap. So there's a demand for skills that's, that's outweighing the supply right now. But as a small company, there's definitely challenges to hiring and attracting the talent, because these bigger companies can offer, you know, more benefits, bigger perks, higher salaries and whatnot. And smaller companies have to use other things to their advantage in order to attract that same talent.
All right, so if you're a small business, how should you approach, what is upskilling?
Upskilling is simply, you know, like cross-training your employees, and it doesn't have to be something that's super expensive. You can go online and get a certification online. You can do cross-training between divisions, but you got to upskill your current employees. That ultimately helps with retention and retention efforts.
So basically, you're training your employees to do multiple things so that they can fill almost any role. But if you're someone who's looking for a job, should you be out there getting extra certifications that really don't cost you a whole lot, just so you can pad your resume with things like, look, I look good to an employer for all these extra reasons?
I would say any type of certification or continuing education is always going to give you a level up on somebody else. But as a small company, I think you got to, if you're trying to hire talent, one, you got to be quick to move. You got a lot more flexibility as a small company versus a large company. There's less red tape. You know, you can offer more flexibility. And then the other thing about small companies that you have to offer is you're a creator of your own culture.
Yes.
So people want a voice. You know, they don't just want a paycheck sometimes. So that's a big draw if you're somebody looking to go into a small company.
And they want to be investors. You want to go to work somewhere. You want to be on the team. You don't want to be, punching a clock every day. You want to be part of what's happening, right?
Correct.
We're going to get more from you.
RobertHalf.com.
Always great to see you, Ryan McCarty.
You as well.
Good stuff from Robert Half here. All right, we got to take a little break. We'll be right back.